In the quietest of moments, we all hold within us a fierce, untamed spirit, the rebel inside, once hidden behind layers of expectation and conformity, now emerges to reveal its true power. There is a force within you that is bolder than you ever realized, one that does not adhere to the rules of the world, but instead crafts its own path through the unknown. I've uncovered the parts of you that were once buried, and in doing so, I've discovered that you are more fearless, more passionate, and more free than I ever imagined. Your inner rebel isn't something to be controlled or feared. It's the very essence of your authentic self, unshackled and alive in ways that defy explanation. What I saw in you was not the person you thought you were, but the person you've always been beneath the surface, a wild, unapologetic force of nature. When you allow yourself to fully embrace your untamed spirit, you open the door to a world where the unexpected becomes your greatest ally. Your rebellion is not a rejection of the world around you. It is an invitation to see it through the eyes of someone who refuses to be anything other than authentic. The strength of your soul lies in the freedom you give yourself to be wild, to live without limits, and to embrace the fullness of your being. I never imagined that within you lay a fire so fierce, a passion so untamed, that it could ignite worlds and burn down the walls you've built around your heart. What you've uncovered is not chaos, but a deep-rooted sense of freedom, of embracing the wildness within you that dares to dream beyond the boundaries of ordinary life. As I uncovered the layers of who you are, I realized your wildness isn't just a trait. It's a part of your essence that's been in waiting for the moment to emerge. The rebellion you carry isn't about defiance. It's about claiming the right to live fully, without apologies, without restraint, and without fear of judgment. Behind every soft smile and every careful gesture, there lies a rebel heart, a force so powerful it could reshape your world in ways you never thought possible. What I found beneath the surface was not a calm, quiet soul, but an untamed spirit that has always longed to break free and live with abandon. You are the embodiment of a spirit that refuses to be caged. The moment you let go of the expectations placed upon you, you revealed the wild heart that had always been there. The rebel inside you is not to be feared. It's the very spark that makes you alive, that makes you capable of achieving things that most would deem impossible. I never knew the depth of your spirit until I saw the way you embrace life with such intensity. Your inner rebel is not merely an attitude, it's a revolution in motion. In you, I see a person who has finally let go of the chains of the past, who has embraced the wildness of their soul and is now living in full color. Your true essence isn't bound by rules or norms. It's an untamed force that knows no boundaries, no limits, and no restrictions except those you choose to place upon yourself. The rebel within you isn't just about resisting, it's about creating, about manifesting a life that aligns with the truth of who you are, wild and unfiltered. Once you let go of the fears and the doubts, you began to unleash a power so pure, so free, that it could shatter the illusion of limitation you once held. In uncovering your inner rebel, I've realized that the wildness within you is not something to be tamed, but something to be celebrated as the unique strength that it is. What you've shown me is that true power comes not from control, but from surrendering to the wildness within and letting it lead you to places you never thought possible. Your inner rebel doesn't fight for the sake of conflict. It fights for the right to exist as your truest, most authentic self, and in doing so, it changes everything. There's an untamed strength within you that refuses to bow to the expectations of others. When you embrace that, the world becomes your playground, limitless and full of possibility. The more I uncovered about you, the more I saw that your rebellion is a testament to your bravery, your courage, and your unwavering belief in living truthfully. To witness your awakening is to see a soul finally freed from the weight of restraint. What once was hidden is now a glorious force, untouchable and fierce. I never expected to find a heart so bold, a mind so free, and a spirit so alive within you. What you hold within is not just wild, it's transcendent. Your rebellion is the truest expression of self-love, choosing not to conform, but to live authentically, even if it means stepping outside of the expected. In the moment you embraced your inner rebel, you unlocked the door to a life of limitless potential, where every boundary is an invitation to break free. I uncovered the wildness in you that was always there, patiently waiting to rise, untouched by fear, untouched by doubt, and ready to take on the world with unwavering confidence. The freedom I see in you now isn't about rebellion against others. It's about rebellion against the limitations you once placed on yourself, allowing your true self to shine. You've always had the power to break free and soar, but it was only when you acknowledged your inner rebel that you realized just how high you can fly. What I found within you wasn't just rebellion. It was a fierce, undeniable will to live life on your own terms, with passion, with heart, and with untamed joy. Your inner rebel is not destructive. It is creative, it is liberating, and it is the very thing that will lead you to live a life of freedom and fulfillment. The more I uncover about you, the more I see that your wildness is your gift, a gift that allows you to see the world not as it is, but as it could be. It's in your rebellion that I see your truth. It's not about opposing, it's about choosing to live from a place of authenticity, of love, and of boldness. In uncovering your inner rebel, I've discovered a person who is not afraid to walk their own path, to blaze their own trail, and to make their own rules. You are more than what you've been told to be. Your wildness, your free spirit, is the most authentic part of you, a part that has the power to change everything. I once thought I knew who you were, but as I uncovered your true self, I realized that your wildness is not just something within you, it's who you are at your core. The rebellion I see in you isn't about anger, it's about freedom, about standing up for yourself, and about claiming the space you deserve in a world that often tries to silence you. In every part of you, I see a beautiful revolution unfolding, a revolution not of destruction, but of creation, of authenticity, and of living with purpose. You are the living proof that we don't have to fit into anyone's mold. Your inner rebel is a beautiful manifestation of your true self, untouched by the expectations of others. The world didn't make you a rebel. You were born with that spirit inside you, waiting for the right moment to burst forth and claim your space in the world. What I see now is a person who is unapologetically alive, a person who knows that the only way to live fully is to embrace every bit of wildness that stirs within. The more I uncover about you, the more I understand that your wildness is not chaos. It's a form of self-expression, a way of embracing life fully and without hesitation. You've been hiding a power within you all along, a force so fierce, so untamable, that it could set the world on fire if only you let it burn brightly. When you let your rebellion run wild, you open the door to a life that is boundless, full of possibilities, and aligned with the truest version of yourself. Your rebellion is not an act of defiance against the world. It's an act of defiance against the parts of yourself that kept you small, quiet, and afraid. I see now that the wildness within you was never something to be feared. It's the very thing that will propel you forward into a life of freedom and unapologetic living. Once I uncovered your inner rebel, I realized that you are not just living, you are thriving, growing, and expanding beyond the limits you once thought were your boundaries. There's a wildness in you that can never be tamed, and that's exactly what makes you so beautiful. Your soul was meant to be free, untethered, and unapologetic. What you've shown me is that living authentically is the greatest rebellion of all. When you choose to be yourself, you step into a life that's limitless and full of magic. Your inner rebel isn't a flaw, it's a superpower, a reminder that you are capable of breaking through any obstacle that stands in the way of your true self. The world doesn't know what to do with someone like you. Someone so free, so alive, and so willing to step into their power, but it's exactly what makes you unstoppable. I see now that your wildness isn't a phase, it's a permanent state of being, a beautiful, untamed force that refuses to be caged by the expectations of society. When you embrace your rebellion, you give yourself permission to live on your own terms, to reject the limitations placed on you, and to rise into the fullest version of yourself. In uncovering your true self, I realized that your wildness is not a weakness, but a strength, a force of nature that has the power to shape your destiny. You are a living testament to the power of embracing your true self, no matter how wild or untamed it may seem. Your rebellion is the key to your freedom. Once you unleashed your inner rebel, the world became a place of endless possibilities, where nothing and no one could hold you back from living your truth.